Alright guys, I think it's time to switch to Ranger. I was going back and forth between like the new pure build, which is Dex and Luck, or doing a Beast variant. Some people may be tempted to get away from Luck because of the change to Hyper Crit not affecting pets, but I would strongly recommend, if you get some ultra rares, if you buy some Z token packages and just load up on gift boxes, to get the element specific boosters. If not, you can just use the the types boosters like Thernda and those types of stuff. But the element specific ones are pretty strong, and then get Lust and Envy, and if they ever come out with other elements of those, they're freaking amazing. With Luck and Charisma, you're going to get over a 40% increase in your lucky strike rate, so you're already going to have a default 50% there. With the increase in damage to ranged, it's pretty nice. And then just try to find you some ranged weapons or ranged skills and miscs and different things that will go along with it. And this is just the beginning, but I think I have a pretty good overall setup, and I'm going to show off some ideas here. Alright, so obviously you can do so what I'm doing is I'm going to actually mostly do a booster pet based system, but I've changed some of my guests to the call, so SP variants. And then so what I'm going to do first though, so I've kept my creature 72s. You've got Panic, Fear, and those can come in handy. So I'm going to just do the Fear. Okay. I've equipped my weapons. The Tail of Wukong for now is a fire weapon token package. You get the melee one by default, but you can go to the Ballyhoo shop and get the magic or a ranged variety. You have to pay gold for it. I have the new Arnold's Lance with the new updated, so that's going to be my wind armor within this. I probably, I don't know if I actually used the weapon other than just getting into the armor. Fame Rapier is another wind ranged weapon. Clicking on it does a burn that siphons SP and heals you, so that's one way to heal. Of course, Alchemical Unity is magic and ranged mode. Jalek's Panic Reaver is actually melee and magic. It's not ranged, but the first thing I'm going to show you is the reason why I'm keeping it. Infinita Staff, obviously you have the magic and ranged mode. The ranged mode is going to be a staple of the playstyle and build, and then obviously for more nukes, Terror Eater to eat the Fear. So we've got Terror Raiment here. So you want to increase your. So what I'm going to do actually is increase my charisma and luck with Summoning Stone, which Fear's inflicted with charisma, and then luck has everything. Then I'm actually going to come over to Infinita Staff, and the skill is only 257 SP, but it almost pays for itself. Actually, let's see here, let's do it one more time. Alright, so what you want to do is a multiple rounds of fear. And then you're going to switch over to panic reaver. And then it'll eat 1 round of fear. So we've got 4 rounds. It'll change to 3. The 30.4, the percentage, is what's going to dictate the effect. So I've got a plus 2.41 hypercritical now. So what that means is my 10% base is now at 24%. So that's what that means. So since the pets are not getting the hypercrit, I'm using the pets to give me more hypercrit, if that makes sense. Okay. And then as you notice, it became 3 there. Switch back over to infinita staff. Fear once again. So I've got dual fear mode. So now I'm at 53%. Switch over to the reaver. Eat 1 round. Now I'm at a 51% total hypercrit rate. So I'm using fear in order to, not only am I going to eventually be able to skip turns, but I'm going to continue to just be able to increase. Now I'm at 62%. So as you can see, it's increasing. I've switched my Arms of the Dragon Guard over to the SP version. It still will work the same. Not that much SP. And so that's one play style. Okay, let's get out of this real quick. See if I can increase some damage here. Out too well. So it's a low amount, and I just got blowed up. Which I was worried about that, because that guy will hit hard. Alright, let's see here. So I was at 524 before, and now I'm at 585. So I'm at 585 now, 328. Now I'm up 627. So I'm actually gaining SP by doing this skill. So now I've got Afraid up to 69.6. So it also gives a BTH increase. Got 6.1, and then hypercritical, so it's 4.23. So that now have a 52% hypercrit. So I've got a lucky strike. So I'm increasing my fear. So if you were to go with werewolf armor, terror skill, those kinds of things, if you have pets and guests to inflict fear multiple turns worth, maybe you're using necromancer armor with their fear skill, stuff like that, you're able to get your hypercrit up, and you're using infinita staff to keep your SP up, even though you're using it with this and you're using it with this. Alright, so that's one thing. But now I'm going to switch gears, and I'm going to show you a couple of insane, I think. So you got Call Moglicorn. So again, it's increasing damage based on main stat. So ranged in this case is 61.8, and then charisma, which is the reason why I went with charisma over endurance. And then I'm going to do my envy. So the base is going to be 41.17. It says fire attacks, but they never fixed the verbiage. In this case, it's earth. So now I'm going to get into Fortune Thief, and this has a plus 50% jump, but it also has an additional plus 50%. Now I'm going to show you the SP heal. This is going to be locked to ranged. Okay, so let's go ahead and increase some damage here. So it is your initiative armor. I do have ambush potion. It gets that extra plus 50 if you win the initiative, and I have ambush potion, so I'm going to win most of these initiatives. This is another reason I chose luck. I kept luck. So now I've got 150% to earth, and this is going to be crazy. So I just basically full healed, basically. If I wanted to do Shadow Feeder, that'd be 2 rounds of this kind of damage. This one's only 95% to earth. So again, if I want to do Shadow Feeder, let's do it without the boosts this time and lower earth resistance. As you can see, I'm still, and this thing does a 77 minus on its luck as a byproduct. Only 113 SP. So you're more than paying for this. You could perpetually do this. With Prime Chaos Orb, you could just move to Earth and just attack like that. And you're going to kill most monsters within like 2 turns, probably. I'll do one more. As you can see, killing the monster quick. Alright, so now I'm going to switch gears. So I've got a full SP bar. So now I'm going to hop over to Alchemical Unity. And you can only imagine what this is going to do without any other damage boosts, except for these guys. So it killed it too quick. See if I can come across a monster with a little bit more hit points. This one has 150 to earth, which is probably, might end up killing it. Yeah. So I just mowed down, what was it, like 3,800 hit points. Alright, so this one should last more than the first round here. Alright, so I just landed 60.6 blind. Not quite enough to not be hit, but after this turn right here, it should be sufficient. With dexterity and luck, got 83. I can switch over to Golden Head Dragon Spine, and now I've got plus 40 here. Now it's up to 44 due to my charisma and luck misc, plus 33. Plus the 10, so now my lucky strike rate, and I don't even have hyper crit, is going to be extremely high. therefore my blind is going to just grow and grow and grow. So you're using your infinita staff to replenish your SP when needed. And because you're locked to Earth, it's getting the Ellie comp, you're doing high damage. You can still use Geo Castellum, like I use this shield here. So I'm going to be giving myself some healing. Every turn I will have regen enough SP to click it once again, and the next turn once again, the next turn once again. I got about 300 HP there. In some regards, this could be a little better than using the healing pet method. Alright, so now I'm gonna do something here before I switch gears again. Switch over to alchemical unity. And it gave me a 59 blind. Just do this. I haven't really lost any hit points. So as you can see, that works pretty well. You also have the Angel of Souls method. So now I'm going to use boosters for I also have Plush Mort and Jelly Pet for more SP regen. So here's basically some of the same concepts you've seen before. But I've got booster pets to increase the damage. So in this case, you're not getting the extra lucky strike rates from pets, but you will with the shield, and you can see a little bit of a growing. This method's not as effective, but it is very damaging. still playing around with some other ideas, but I want to end on what I think is the best of the best. If you don't have the summer dryad raiments, you need to get it, or you should have got it. I can't remember if it is in a seasonal quest. It is much better than you think. In fact, I really feel like it puts Fortune Thief to shame. This is going to be pretty crazy. You have to select a mode. Defensive mode gives you barriers when hitting burning foes, or offensive mode, it locks your attacks to ranged fire, which is LE comped, with bonus damage against burned foes. Not worried about that part of it. So now it locks you out. You can only do it once per battle, and you have to do it every battle. You have to pick a mode. It doesn't stay from battle to battle. And then you have this new Celestial Phoenix Feather Mist. You've got choke mode and Elevon mode based on, the choke mode's based on fire. Alright, so I'm just going to do this. It's only against 50% fire, and you just saw that damage. I still got a 56.9 blind against 50% fire. I'm having some bad luck with Prime Chaos Orb here. Alright, let's just skip it. Block, so I've got 40 something plus 30 something. Attack is going to be insane. Did you see that damage? Once you select your mode, this is free. Does not cost SP. Again, you select your mode. I think this is going to end up being a one round here. One of them blocked. I didn't have many lucky strikes that time, but I got a 43 blind. I had high blocking to range there, 76. That was part of that problem. Alright. Pick my mode. Just attack. Most of the time it's going to be pretty crazy. Now I've got 71 blind with a 42%. Also, Tropo Shield does Elevons based on energy, fire, and earth. I will probably be figuring out where I can move stuff around here to be able to do this and get the Elevon versus weaker monsters that I'm not too worried about as far as dying. And as you can see, I'm actually going to give myself all this so I can reduce my SP down to 40. Change to infinita staff. just gave myself 900 SP, and that was actually pretty weak. Up to 1102. This combination and this armor may be the strongest offensive combination I've come across. This guy over to the choke mode. Just wanted to show the choke mode. Still did shitloads of damage and now have 53% with the 85 blind. So I'm probably near 100%. Lucky strike after the blocks. Every hit was 1600 because they were all lucky strikes. And while this will reduce your actual lucky strike rate down in half, using this combination still gets you some decent amount of lucky strike rate, and when it does lucky strike, pretty high, like you saw right there, was 2,200. Yeah, I really think it is time to switch to a ranger with certain setups. Yeah, it's a lot of pay-to-play stuff, but I think staff's going to continue to bring out more items that's going to go along with this way to play, and I think it's going to end up being extremely powerful.